All right. Go ahead and we'll have Coach Kelsey start us off with an opening statement.
Credit to Arkansas. They were the better team tonight. Felt like they were the aggressor early, jumped on us. We fouled too much, and they got a ton of offensive rebounds. Fouling part of it is discipline. Offensive rebounding, they got 43% of their misses. That's just the physicality and toughness that they played with, and it can't happen. So we have to rebound quickly. We have a very quick turnaround. We have a very talented, well-coached Indiana team in 2 days. So we got to get home, have 2 great days of preparation, and luckily we get to get back out there quickly and get a chance to redeem ourselves because we need to.
Questions for Coach Kelsey?
Coach Sam Lance, Field 68. What did they do defensively, you think, to kind of run you guys off the line? What they do well?
They have a lot of length and athleticism. Pressured us, did a lot of switching, just to try to, mess up our rhythm, and did a good job of that. First half especially, we were very discombobulated. I think we didn't play a disciplined style basketball. We weren't us, as I told the guys. And I thought in the second half, whatever we scored, 52 points, thought we played better on the offensive end. When it got late, it was a 6-point game. Thought we got rushed. We're right there. We just need to get some stops and string together a couple really good offensive possessions. And I thought we got really hurried. And again, you credit Arkansas. A lot to learn from this one. So, we'll pick apart the tape. But we quickly got to turn the page and get ready for Indiana.
What's the way you guys responded in that second half encouraging to you?
Yeah. I mean, we played better, but it wasn't to our standard. It's a great atmosphere tonight. Thought the crowd had a big impact on the game. It was a great college basketball atmosphere. Just don't think we responded the way we need to, but we will. We'll dust ourselves off, get back to work, and we'll be better in 2 days.
Arkansas really trusted Darius Acuff with the ball in his hands down the stretch, ran a lot of pick and roll options for him. Just, what makes him that special of a player at his age to have this big of a game in his hands?
Yeah. We have to be better in our middle pick and roll coverage. I thought, that was an area of the game that we needed to be better. And then, they didn't shoot a high percentage from the field, and they shot, relatively low percentage from 2. The big difference in the game was our inability to keep them off the free throw line and our inability to keep them off the offensive glass.
Pat, when you speak about the fouls, being tied to discipline, was that more so just guys, not being in the right place defensively and trying to overcorrect, or just, what were your thoughts about just, how they were able to kind of out fouls like that?
Yeah, a lot of all what you just said, whether it's being in better position, being more disciplined in our pick and roll coverages, playing with our chest instead of our hands. I got to go back and watch the tape, but the statistics scream that. We didn't turn them over. So if you're going to foul and put on the free throw line, you need to be able to create turnovers, and we didn't do that either.
You've mentioned a couple of times about the offensive rebounds. How much is that just physicality and what kind of goes into correcting it?
Yeah, as you know, Jody, we're a very good rebounding team. We always have been. We pride ourselves on that area. It's a fight, on the defensive end. Part of it is, again, without watching the tape, the discipline to make sure you're checking out, you're blocking out, you're being physical with that. But then it's a loose ball up in the air, and you just got to go get it. And 43% of your misses getting back is a very, very, very high percentage, and unacceptable. And we need to clean that up.
Coach, what do you think of what Brazil brought to Arkansas? It made a lot of really athletic plays.
Yeah, especially in the first half. I think he got them off to a really good start, made a couple threes. he was playing really, really well. He disrupts the game defensively with his length. But had a very, very good offensive game tonight as well.
What was just your message to the guys after this one?
Well, some of it I'll just say for between me and the team, but it was unacceptable. Just, we pride ourselves on being great in the process every day, and we are. I was proud of our guys and their approach and how we practice, but you do that every day, so you develop great habits so that when you're in these environments, you just, as we always say, you trust your training. And on both ends of the ball, the things we value and that we hold our guys accountable on the offensive and defensive end, it just wasn't good enough. And then, the rebounding and the undisciplined fouling, I just told them there's a ton to clean up, and as they know, we will clean all of it up. But the big thing is that we got to have a great response to adversity. We haven't faced a lot of that this year, and it's the first opportunity to respond in a big time way, and we need to, because we got to get ready for a really good Indiana team in 2 days.
Yeah, you've spoken about several times about, when you go back, I guess at halftime or after a game, like you hear players already kind of beating you to the punch, just in terms of, talking about things that maybe need to change, or, just things you need to keep doing well. Was that the case at halftime tonight? How could you tell the guys, were trying?
Yeah, they know, and they knew after the game too. All the things that I talked about, those guys know. We hang our hat on anything. It's our toughness and our tenacity, and it's our physicality. And they were better than us tonight in those areas. And that's just unacceptable. And those guys knew that. And before I even got in the locker room, those guys had already addressed a lot of that.
You didn't get a ton of minutes from Kaysen, but you got a couple of really good minutes in the second half from him. I felt like on both ends. It's kind of a step in the right direction for him.
Yeah. There's things that everybody on the floor, him included, that we could have done better. But he's been working hard on his rehab to get back after recovering from his knee injury, and then he had the setback with the concussions and missed a couple games. So he just has to continue to trust the process, continue to do the right things, and good things will happen for him.
All right, thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Night.
Thank you.